how can we keep from going back to our old ways and just continue to remember how vital these relationships are and how intentional we need to be. Welcome back to another episode of Get Your Rear in Gear with Lori. I'm your host, Lori McAfee, and today we are going to be talking about embracing change, life, death, and our ever evolving selves. So I hope that at the end of the show that you're able to walk away with a different perspective of how important life is and how we should live life, because life is worth living and you're worth living life. Life is a tapestry of events that totally shape our existence, and the most profound among these is life and death. These are pivotal moments that have the power to catalyze change within us, reshape our perspectives, our values, and our actions. It's through these very moments that we come to a better appreciation of our relationships and the sheer value of living. Birth, death, near death experience, or a brush of mortality can stir within us these deep emotions, and it causes us these profound internal transformations. And these are reminders of our vulnerability and how fragile life really is. Often, after these experiences, we vow to change. We promise ourselves that we're going to live differently, more meaningful, cherish every moment, rekindle those relationships that have dwindled, that we're going to work harder in our marriage as a mom or as a daughter, a sister, a friend. We're just going to do life better. Everything that we do is going to be more intentional now. And then time fades. And the urgency of this realization, it's not there because we've moved on and time has passed. The hustle and bustle of everyday life, social pressures, just the human side of us, it tends to revert back to our familiar patterns, and it clouds or it causes our perspective to go back. And what we had once thought was so intentional, we no longer look at it as that important anymore because time's passed. And we slip back into our old ways and we forget these lessons that were so profound to us in those moments, and the lessons that life and death brought, they've parted from us. But it's crucial that we resist this temptation to revert back into our old patterns. So why do we not need to do that? Well, out of reverence of life. Every moment of life is precious. Embrace the lesson that comes with life and death, and allow that to truly be respect the sanctity of life and the importance of every single fleeting moment. We recently had someone in our hometown that passed away, and it was sudden, and it brought about a lot of grief and pain to a lot of people. And I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, we'll all remember it for a while and then we'll go back to life. And I said, but how can we not? How can we keep from going back to our old ways and just continue to remember how vital these relationships are and how intentional we need to be? And then we had the birth of our granddaughter, and how to cherish every single moment of life, from the moment they take their first breath until the moment that their last breath is taken. And I hope that I'm not here when that takes place for any four of my granddaughters now. And just to deepen those relationships and to be there, to be present. And this is the experiences that emphasizes the value of our loved ones, and falling back into our prior habits, it might mean that we lose out on quality time and we lose that connection with those who matter the most to us. And two, one reason we shouldn't go back is because we need to change. We need to challenge ourselves to grow from these life altering experiences as we mature as individuals and we develop resilience and wisdom. We need to continue to walk in that path rather than go back to the way things were. And it's not just living differently, but living more closely with intention to cherish, to listen deeply to the people that are nearest to us, to understand their perspective, their hopes, their fears, their dreams, their goals, to express gratitude of exactly how much we appreciate them, how much we love them. Don't wait for a special occasion. And regularly tell them that you love them and how much they really mean to you. And then create these memories, engage in activities together, from dinners to adventurous trips, or truly just spending time with one another. Slow down and enjoy life because, like I said earlier, life is worth living and you're worth living life. So, how do we do that? We make intentional choices. We begin to establish new routines that keep us from falling back into those same paths that we once were falling into, and we become, like I said, more intentional about choosing life. And being intentional about choosing life looks like saying no to some things, saying yes to some things, being available even when it's inconvenient for you. Just moments, just taking those moments to cherish the time that we have and the value of life and the value of a life. And so our time changes and the world changes so rapidly, and we have so many distractions. And from time to time, it gets so lost in the mundane of life. But events that are related to life and death that present us with this unique opportunity, an opportunity to pause, to reflect, and to redefine life. And this is an opportunity today, when you hear this episode, that you choose to redefine your life, to be intentional about living life from this point forward, to understand the urgency of others knowing who Christ is, and for you to understand the urgency of being intentional on slowing down and enjoying the time that you have with the people that you love. And by holding the lessons of life and death close to us, these events, they offer us this opportunity, and we need to seize that opportunity. And this life can lead us to being more connected, more meaningful, more fulfilled. So, as we end today on embracing change of life and death and our ever evolving selves, I hope that you've been able to take something away that is going to help you to slow down enough to enjoy life, to not wait until a pivotal moment of death suddenly takes someone away and you realize then the importance of each and every person that you have in your life. So I encourage you today to take a moment and express your love, your gratitude, and your honor and respect for someone else and how important they are to you. And um, take the time to be intentional about the lives that God has crossed in your path, and take these opportunity to really seize those moments. And so I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. And as always, make a choice to keep moving forward to be the person that God created you to be. Thank you so much for joining me today on Get Your Rear in Gear with Lori. I hope that you subscribe and you leave a rating and you tell all your other friends about this wonderful podcast that has life-changing tips, tools, and strategies in it.